You know, I've been thinking a lot. I haven't done a show in a couple days, but I've been thinking about this, and I'm thinking about Josh. I'm thinking about Bumbles. I'm thinking about Marco. I'm thinking about Jay. I'm thinking about Broccoli Rob. These are Jet fans. They've been Jet fans for a long, long, long time. And the picture I have up on my Instagram today is of the face of the New York Jets, and that's Joe Namath. Joe Namath is the only face of the franchise. They've been to one Super Bowl. One, 1969, the year I was born. That's it. They've had some chances. They've made some AFC Championship games. What, was it 82? Was it 99? 98? Then the 2 years with Sanchez, and that's it. Haven't made the playoffs in, 13 seasons? And then you have Robert Saleh saying, after a 15th straight loss to the Patriots, that this is our quarterback. Zach Wilson is our quarterback. 18 to 36, $157. They had 80 yards of offense, basically. And he brings one drive, and they're talking about like the one drive, and let's be honest, that drive was extended where they got a touchdown because Randall Cobb did a total fucking flop in the end zone where he got touched and did a nice acting job. But you saw the Jets running the ball. You had oh my God. I mean, you had Dalvin Cook, who I dropped. What, 8 rushes for 18 yards? You had Breece Hall, 12 rushes for 18 yards. You had Michael Carter arguing with the running back coach. You had Garrett Wilson on the sideline. You had Aaron Rodgers talking that they have to be together now, and that's not good for the team. And at the end of the game, they have a 4th and 10. And what does Zach Wilson do? But he drops off. He throws a 2-yard out to his guy on 4th and 10. Throw it down the field. See what can happen. Maybe you'll get a call. Maybe anything. He jumps it off, and on a 4th and 10, and the last 2 yards on a 4th and 10, when they're down 15-10, he takes a safety when he can't take a safety. And I was counting when he was passing, and Michigan was going to me, "What are you doing?" I go, "I want to see how many, how many seconds he takes with the ball in his hands." And he was over 3 seconds, which is an eternity in the NFL. He had a sack on his own. Namath called him out. I mean, I can redo everything that everybody said. Dalvin Cook's stats are some of the worst in the NFL. They paid $1 million. Breece Hall's not getting the ball enough. Your leading receiver was Garrett Wilson with 5 for 48 yards. The Jets got no sacks on Mac Jones. There's a video that maybe he punched Sauce Gardner in the nuts. He's a dirty player, and Sauce doesn't want to get fined. So, it's like Hard Knocks has disappeared, and it's no more anymore. It's like it's gone. It's like you forgot about it. Like it was a different century, and Salah was all happy and everything. 4 plays. They just signed Trevor Siemian, and Bumble sent me the correct thing. He lasted 6 plays. Tim Boyle, what, 17 game or 17? I mean, his stats are terrible. I could look it up right now, but Tim Boyle has been on every NFC North team, and all I remember him is incompletions and interceptions. He's terrible. But is he any worse than Zach Wilson? I don't know. And Salah keeps saying that our best chance of winning is with Zach Wilson. I can't believe the team is behind it now and saying, shit. Bumble said 23-14, and he joked with me. He said, "You think the Jets can even get 14 points?" No. And then that Hail Mary at the end, we left the house because I said it's over. After that 4th and 10, threw the ball away, I said it's over. I mean, they and I said they're not winning the game. Well, there was one at the end, and Randall Cobb said he should have caught the ball. He wasn't even close to the ball. The ball was already hitting the ground. And this is pathetic. I wanted to do a podcast Sunday. It's Yom Kippur, and it's the holiest day of the year, and you really got to be careful. That's not good Jew. That's not good Jew things to do. Is do a podcast during Yom Kippur, holiest day of the year, day of repentance, atonement, all that stuff. But this has been in my head, and I can't take Salah seriously. I can't take Douglas. I can't take any of them seriously. That their backup plan this year, which basically is supposed to be a redshirt year for Zach Wilson, that they decided going in that, God forbid something happens to Aaron Rodgers, we're going to throw Zach Wilson right out there again. The fans are against him. He's more concerned about his fucking headband than he is about playing football. To me. His sartorial, whatever you want to call it, his style, that stupid goddamn headband, that he looks great and everything. And then Salah says, you don't see what we see in practice. And Damien Woody said, dude, practice. Nobody cares what they see in practice. Grady's in practice, but can he translate it to the field? I don't care if he's the greatest practice player. In the Super Bowl for the Giants, where Eli threw the pass and helmet guy, whose name is escaping right now, this kid out of Syracuse, he was terrible in practice. He was dropping balls. He dropped everything they said in Super Bowl practice. You know when he didn't drop everything? During the goddamn Super Bowl. And that's what. So great. He looks great this year. He's really improved. No, he hasn't improved. He's inaccurate. He went down in a sack on his own. He took a safety. He holds on to the ball too long. He misses open receivers. He doesn't read the field well. He had that one series at the where they had the scoring drive. Yes, he looked pretty goddamn good that drive. One drive does not constitute. I need consistency throughout a game. And he's not. And they got the Chiefs in this week, who scored 41. Now I know the Bears are good. 41 points. Taylor Swift could be at the goddamn game. Ratings could be through the roof. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens. And I had all this stuff written out. Everybody's saying, that basically, you had Adam Gase, who was the water boy for Peyton Manning, and you had Hackett, who was the water boy for Aaron Rodgers, and Hackett doesn't trust his quarterback. The quarterback doesn't trust himself. They're running the ball. Running isn't effective. Little dump-offs. They're not really pushing the field because he doesn't have faith in his quarterback. The fans are done. Fireman Ed, everybody. Fireman Ed wants everybody gone. Bumble says, fire Salah, fire Douglas, sell the team. I said, maybe Stephen Cohen will buy the team. Maybe that'll happen. But, it's not working at all. At all. And, yeah. And Salah just keeps, right, Josh. Salah just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over. He's our guy. He's the guy who's going to lead us. He gives us the best chance. Are you fucking kidding me? You got the Chiefs coming into town. And I looked up the schedule. So then you got the Chiefs, then you go to Denver, then you got the Eagles at home, and then you got to bye, and then you got the Giants, which is a big, Rob, you got the Eagles. Did you watch the Eagles last night? Okay, I know they didn't play great, but when they needed yards, now they weren't getting a lot of touchdowns, but they got the win. And you know who's DeAndre Swift? What do you have? Last two games, over 400 yards rushing, right? Over 300 yards rushing. What do you have? $125 last night, 127, 185 the week before, 175 the week before. I mean, good God! And I'm glad Baker Mayfield came back down to earth, big time down to earth. Baker Mayfield looked like Baker Mayfield is not a great quarterback, and it showed. Thank God they started 2-0. We have 3-0 teams in the NFL right now. Three. That's all we have. We're down to 3. We have the Niners. We have the Eagles. And the Dolphins. And the Dolphins! 70 points! They could have tied the record with 73 points. 70 points! They had two guys who had like 90-some... Devon Achane and Mostert combined had over 90 points in fantasy. Tua had 300 yards receiving. I saw a stat that in 11 games against the Broncos, Tyreek Hill averaged 75 yards receiving. What do you have, 200? 200? I mean, 70 points. They could have had 73. Who puts up 70 points in NFL game? Nebraska used to do that all the time back in the day. 70 points in an NFL game. The Broncos suck. Russell Wilson is 4-14 in starts. Daniel Jones is 1-11 in primetime games. Thursday night was not a good day for the Giants. I said 44-10, 31, what was it, 31-10, 30-10? Was it 30-10? Game was never close. Never close. Giants weren't in it. They didn't look good. Hyatt did not get one target. How do you have Hyatt not getting a goddamn target? What's going on with that, with the Giants? I mean, come on, guys. Now they play Seattle. Seattle's a 1.5 point favorite. The Chiefs only a 9.5 point favorite over the Chiefs. 9.5? Are you kidding me? I mean, it is terrible, man. Yankees and Mets eliminated. First time last 9 years that a Yankee and Met will not be in the playoffs. Yankees first time since 2016. Judge says this year's a failure. Yeah, it's a failure. I talked to Lanker. He said, we don't win a championship. It's a failure. 2009 seems like forever. They're not going to win for any time soon. I don't even disagree with Bumble saying that the Jets are cursed. And maybe the Mets are cursed because all the money they spent and they're going to finish, what are the Mets are, 71? I mean, good God, they suck. The Mets, I mean, what a disaster of a season for the Mets. They're playing the Marlins tonight. They're 71-85. They win the rest of their games. Okay, so we played